Okay, let's talk about a feeling that is so human, but can make you feel completely alone. It's that nagging voice, that persistent sense that you're just falling short somehow. We're going to dig into why this feeling isn't some personal failure, but actually a feature of how our brains are wired. I mean, really, has this thought ever crossed your mind? I'm willing to bet that for pretty much every single person listening, the answer is a big, fat yes. Maybe it hits you at work, in your relationships, or even just when you're scrolling through your phone. That little whisper of inadequacy, it can pop up anywhere. And here's the absolute first thing you need to know. If you feel this way, it does not mean something is broken inside of you. Not at all. This is an incredibly common part of the human experience, and today we're going to find out exactly why. So, to get to the bottom of this, we have to start with a pretty surprising source of all our self-doubt: the ancient wiring of our own brains. You see, your brain's number one priority isn't actually to make you happy. It's to keep you alive. Think of it like this. Your brain is running on some seriously old software, like software designed for a prehistoric world. For our ancestors, getting kicked out of the tribe literally meant death. So our brains got really good at making sure we fit in. Fast forward to today, and that same survival wiring totally misfires. It treats a modern social thing, like someone not replying to an email right away, as a life or death threat. And that brings us to our brain's default setting, which is something called the negativity bias. It's basically an evolutionary feature that was designed to keep us safe by making us pay way more attention to potential threats. You know how it is, right? A dozen people can tell you you did a great job, but your mind just latches on to that one tiny piece of criticism. That's not you being a pessimist, that's your brain doing its ancient job of scanning for danger. And here's the kicker: that criticism hurts so much for a very real neurological reason. When you feel rejected or criticized, your brain actually processes that feeling in the same exact regions that light up when you feel physical pain. So no, you are not just being too sensitive. That sting you feel, it's a real hardwired response. Okay, so this ancient wiring creates the perfect breeding ground for self-doubt, and that doubt shows up in a few specific ways that I bet we all recognize, like shame and, of course, that relentless inner critic. Now, if inadequacy is the house, then shame is the foundation. And it is so important to understand the difference between guilt and shame. Guilt says, I did something bad. But shame says, I am bad. It's this deep, painful belief that we are fundamentally flawed at our core, and boy, does it love to hide in the dark. And who's the voice delivering all those shame messages? Well, let's meet the inner critic. That's the voice inside your head that's got your back, or so it thinks. It often sounds like you, but it's usually just repeating scripts it learned a long time ago. It thinks it's protecting you from failure, but what it usually ends up doing is just paralyzing you with negativity. And this inner critic is often the star of a little show many of us know way too well: imposter syndrome. Ah, yes. That's the secret panic that despite all your successes, you're actually a total fraud, and any minute now, everyone's gonna find out. You write off your accomplishments as just luck, and you zoom in on every tiny flaw. And if you've ever felt this, just take a look at this number. An estimated 70% of people feel like an imposter at some point in their lives. You are in very good company. This is not a weird, unique to you problem. I mean, just listen to this. This is a quote from the absolute legend Maya Angelou. If one of the most brilliant and celebrated authors in history could feel like a fraud after her 11th book, that proves this feeling has absolutely nothing to do with how competent you actually are. And finally, there's perfectionism, the ultimate trap. It's this incredibly dangerous idea that ties our entire sense of self-worth to being flawless. But here's the thing: perfection is impossible. It doesn't exist. So by chasing it, we are basically setting ourselves up for a constant state of feeling like a failure. So we've got our ancient brain wiring, we've got shame, we've got perfectionism, and now let's just pour a whole tanker truck of gasoline on that fire. Let's talk about the relentless modern trap of comparison. Look, our brains have always compared us to others. It's how we figured out where we fit in the tribe. But it used to be our village of maybe 150 people. Now we carry a global village in our pocket. We scroll through these perfectly crafted, filtered highlight reels, and we compare them to our own messy, unedited, behind-the-scenes reality. It is a game that we are literally designed to lose, and it just leaves us feeling like our life is less than.
Okay, so we've looked at the problem from a bunch of different angles, but here is the really, really good news. If these are learned patterns, then they can be unlearned. So the big question is, how do we actually do it? How do we break this cycle and start building some real, solid self-worth?
Now, this isn't some magic overnight fix, but it is a series of real practices you can do. First, just start to notice your triggers. When does that voice get loud? Then, when the inner critic starts yelling, challenge it. Is what it's saying really 100% true? Third, practice self-compassion. Aim for progress, not perfection. And finally, connect with people. Shame lives in isolation. It shrinks the second you share it with someone you trust. This question right here, this is the whole game. This is the heart of self-compassion. You would never, ever speak to a friend the way your inner critic speaks to you. You'd be kind, you'd be supportive, you tell them it's okay. The whole goal is to start offering that same grace to yourself. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a final, really powerful shift in how we think about what it actually means to be enough. I love this image. For years, you've probably been collecting these heavy stones, past failures, other people's criticisms, impossible expectations, and stuffing them in a backpack. But they're not yours to carry. True self-worth isn't about adding more trophies to your shelf. It's about having the courage to put down the weight that was never yours in the first place. And this is so critical. The goal isn't to never feel doubt again. That's impossible. We're human. The real goal, the definition of courage, is learning to take action even when that doubt is right there with you. It's feeling that fear of not being good enough and still showing up for your life with all your imperfections. And this is the ultimate truth. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have everything all figured out. You just have to be a person who's trying their best. And you are. Your worth isn't conditional. It's not up for debate. You are enough, right now exactly as you are. Thanks so much for joining me.